Relationship Insight for Men. I'm going to be leaving my comment for the end of the video. And if you guys do enjoy, please like and subscribe. Let's get into the video.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. How old are you?
I'm 26.
Are there enough women for relationships today?
I believe so.
Okay. Are you married?
I'm not. No.
Do you want to be married?
I do.
Do you want children?
I do.
So why do you believe that there are enough women for relationships today when 65 to 70% of the men say they're not?
Um, I believe that, or I should say, my biggest thing is I was taught that the man is supposed to lead.
Hmm.
My biggest thing would be allowing myself to trust that man enough to lead.
Okay. But by asking, why do you believe that there are enough women for relationships?
Because I feel like there's enough women that are willing to allow men to lead. I think it's more of like a trust issue.
What do you mean willing to allow men to lead?
So how I was brought up, my parents were never married, but my grandparents were.
Hmm.
And my grandfather was head of the household. You know, he was the provider. He made sure everything was together.
So are
And
you telling me that the reason the men aren't in relationships is because they don't want to be in relationships?
no, I think that how you were talking about, like a lot of men shouldn't be considering serious relationships until after 30. I feel like for me, I wanted it young. And because
Well, you could be young, your man just can't.
hmm?
You can be young, your man just can't.
Right. And so I guess I have to choose older men or allow older men to choose me.
And the older men are saying the same thing. See,
Mm.
notice the disconnect. Three women have come on here and say, there are plenty of us. And the men are saying, no, they're not.
Mm.
Who do you listen to, the consumer or the seller?
The consumer.
Then why do you think 65 or 70% of the men ask say there are not enough women?
I don't know. I guess that would be their personal experience.
You can't just be that flippant about it. They're the consumers,
They are. So
and you're the product. So if the consumers don't think that there's enough on the market, how active? If you don't think that the store's gonna have what you want to buy, are you gonna drive to the store?
no.
That's why you don't have a husband. So you're gonna tell me about I would submit and I would cooperate and all this other stuff. That's not the problem. When was your last relationship?
My last relationship ended a month ago.
And how long were you guys together?
We were together for about a year and a half.
Okay. And why? And who ended it?
I did.
Why?
He was a bit much. He was a bit much.
Okay.
He was a volatile person.
Hmm.
Hmm.
From day one?
No.
How many relationships have you been in that you have not left?
Um, 4,
How many relationships have you had?
5.
So you've had 5 relationships and 4 of them you did not leave. They left you.
Yes.
How long was the previous relationship before this last one?
It wasn't too long. It was probably about 9 months.
Okay. And why? And who left?
He did.
Why?
I wasn't ready to be sexually active. I didn't believe that I should give a man my body when he didn't want to do anything but have sex. Like, we
What do you
didn't.
mean? You guys want a committed monogamous relationship?
Well, it was more like I wanted to go out. I wanted
Okay.
to,
What I'm asking before you get that, I'm asking, did he call you his girlfriend?
yes,
You guys were in a committed relationship.
yes.
Did he? Okay. So for 9 months,
Hmm.
how and how often would you go out a month?
I would say we probably went out once or twice a month.
So twice a month for
Hmm.
9 months.
Hmm.
So a man put in at least 18 dates and he could get no sex.
He did. He did. But it was just like after I would give it to him, it would just be like everything else would dwindle. That's all he wanted. That's all he wanted. All day, every day. It was
Great.
no more dates. It was no more movie nights.
Are you ready for this? That's why
I
we date
am.
you. That's why we date you, to fuck you. We don't want relationships with you. We want sex with you.
Okay.
And see this, I mean, you ladies act like you're not having an orgasm too. I mean, did you have an orgasm? You had sex too, right? Right?
I did.
Right. So
Yes.
listen what she just said. He needs to take me out, do this for me, and all he wanted to do was have sex with his girlfriend. And this is why I don't have any problem with men exercising options, because women like you play games. All he wanted to do was have sex. Well, then would you have been happy? Would you have been happy? Would it have been okay if you didn't want to have sex? Did you give him permission to go have sex with another woman? No charge?
No.
That's a yes or no. Say, I don't want to hear the bullshit then. So you left a relationship with a man because he wanted sex. Okay.
That sounds.
Well, because it is. It sounds horrible because it is. It is. It's horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like, wow, why'd you leave him, girl? He just wanted to have sex all the time. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe she bounced.
Listening.
I'm so why? It sounds horrible because it was. And and what about the relationship before him? How long was that?
Ooh. That was when I was in college.
And why did he leave?
He graduated.
He did what?
He graduated.
What's wrong with your internet?
The year before me and went to a different. I don't
Okay, but
know.
Okay, but what's wrong with your internet?
I'm about to fix that up though.
He graduated a year. Hit them badges, folks. Hit the badges if y'all want these conversations to continue. You guys were together 3 years, and he graduated, and you're saying he left because he went to another school?
Mm-hmm. No, when he graduated, he accepted a job in another state.
Okay.
Yeah.
And?
So we had a mutual dissolve the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And if it was meant to be, it would come back around.
Oh, God, yesterday's broadcast, if he wanted to be with me, why didn't he fight? Your godfather's never wrong.
No.
If it was meant to be, he'd come back around. It's all the same, ma'am. Why did you want to marry him?
I did. We talked.
Did he want to marry you?
He said he did.
Then you say he left you to go to a job to another state, and you were still in school?
Yes.
Something that makes sense about that. 3-year relationship. What's he doing now?
He is at home living with his parents. So I guess I made the right decision.
I don't know about that one. And then a relationship before that?
Like, you want to know how long it was, or?
Yeah. Because you said you had 5 relationships. I'm just trying to understand what they are.
Before that,
was this in high school?
Before that, I was in high school. That was a high school boyfriend.
It don't matter. Okay, so high school. So you had your college relationship that was 3 years, and he took a job out of state. Then you had your next relationship where you dated for 9 months, and you ended the relationship because the man just happened to want to have sex. You mean he wanted a return on his investment? He wanted to have sex with his girlfriend, so you broke up with him because he wanted to have sex with his girlfriend. Huh. And you think, and then your last relationship, you left him, why?
It was just a violent relationship.
Physically violent?
Yeah.
And were the police reports filed?
No, but.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I don't buy it.
Why don't
I only buy police reports because women can say anything these days, and if it's really that bad, you file police reports.
Yeah,
I'm a public person, and I see what people say. I've been doing my show too long, and women can come on and say anything, and if it's that serious to where you leave in relationships, file a police report.
I mean,
generally, you ask me why. I am very skeptical when I hear women say abuse and there's no follow-up. It's too easy to say abuse today. It's like it's too easy to say toxic.
Well, abuse is nothing to play with. Abuse is nothing to play with.
Do you realize how many men go to jail or are sitting in jail right now for false abuse charges?
Yeah.
Women play with it all the time, so I'm not the one to play with it. That's why I don't let it just ride. I told you point blank, I don't buy it unless I see reports. Because I don't play with abuse.
Understand.
And if it's really there, you shouldn't have played with it either. There should have been reports.
Yeah.
And if anybody don't like that in the audience, so be it. But the previous relationship, so you said that was abusive. This guy, because he wanted to have sex, and this guy because of that. All right. What do all these things have in common? The college relationship ended. Why didn't you graduated next year after that? A year later?
Actually, I ended up withdrawing. My father had passed away, so I had to go back home and deal with that business.
Okay, you withdrew how long after you graduated?
It was the end of first semester.
How long?
Or the end of the, probably like, what, 6 months, 7 months?
Okay, so you withdrew because your father passed. How come you didn't get back with your man?
For me, I just had a lot more things to handle. We didn't really talk much, and yeah.
Okay, fair. So, again, I find it interesting that most women have plenty of relationships that they're in. And you're good at getting into relationships, but I find that many modern women can't maintain anything. And if you watch my show, women are leaving more often than not. So how would a man pick from that?
I don't know, because if we keep leaving, we're not giving them any options.
So should it go to white women?
I mean,
my point is this: I need women to start putting yourself in the men's positions.
Yeah.
So the problems today is not that men don't want relationships or marriage or anything like that. The problem is modern women are too damn complex.
Okay.
Among other things, like the last call I had. If the men are saying I want to buy something, the store doesn't have it, and you have it, put it on the market for sale.
This wasn't a bad call. I just think this young lady is misguided and she just needs some information in order to do better. Maybe some counseling, maybe some guide in terms of how to go about lasting and staying into a relationship. Because I think she's okay. It's just that she doesn't have the patience, I think, to stay in a relationship. It seems that as soon as something bad happens, she's ready to run versus staying into it and try to figure things out together, not by yourself. And I think that if you have a selfish mindset, you have a tendency to only think about what you want, not what the other person wants. Because if you're going to use an argument that you're leaving a relationship because your boyfriend wanted to have sex with you, he's your boyfriend. Men, typically, that's what we want. Sex. Yes, I'm not saying that it's supposed to be the only thing, but in general, men are sexual creatures by nature. And if you give us that, we're going to be happy. Yes, if the other things aren't happening, okay, it's for the woman to say, hey, I love giving you sex, but I would love these other things to happen. I think that would be a better conversation versus just being upset because I'm wanting to have sex with you and you just want to leave. That's not an adult. That's like a child. All right, guys, continue to support Kevin Samuel's channel and I'll catch you guys in the next one.